I'm just going to do an evil slow turn.
Yeah. Yes. Freak me out, dude. I wasn't expecting the laugh. I was just expecting the slow turn.
Yeah, no, I had to throw the laugh in there as well. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm just going to turn that down because that doesn't need to be up.
Get a little bit of bleed.
Cool. Yeah, Hi,
sweet.
welcome to part 2.
Part dose.
Part dose. Yeah, we're a bit lazy, so we didn't reset anything.
Nah.
We just hit record again.
Didn't drop the keys. Nothing like that.
We're just a bit tired. So yeah. By the way.
Yeah, what we didn't talk about in the first part of this episode.
What you might have noticed.
In the foreground of your shot.
So my phone runs out of battery all the time, so I just like to keep a charger on my keys. It's super dope because like I plug them in and then it like just jingles around while I'm driving. And yeah. Well, it's getting a bit untangled now. No, I just felt a little bit insecure about my keys because I literally have Uno key and like this flappy thing. I don't even know what that's called.
Comparatively.
And he's got that.
Got this beautiful.
I made mine similar size.
Beautiful tags.
By throwing a charger cable on it.
Yeah.
So I could have a little bit more to throw. Because normally, yeah.
Oh, that's edge, bro.
Yeah,
crazy.
Because his always sound like a jingle when he throw it down, and mine was just like a donk.
It's still a bonk.
It's still a bonk.
You need more metallic.
Yeah.
You need more key substance.
But yeah, so it was just like I was getting annoyed with throwing literally a single key down. I'm like, what is this? What is going on here?
That's great.
So yeah.
Great start.
Content.
Really good content that.
Yeah. So that's literally what we've devolved to talking about. Keys. Bands on keys. I was trying
to think of the same kind of tie-in.
Yeah, that was okay. So
also we just said keys like 8 times in a row.
Keys. Sorry. Oops.
Whoops.
Sorry. Whoever commented that? Who was it that commented that the first time? Probably my cousin.
I don't know. I'm too out of touch with the Zoomers.
The Zoomers. You are a Zoomer.
I'm not a Zoomer. Shut up.
You are a Zoomer.
No, because I'm in between Millennial and Gen Z.
No, you're not.
I am.
It's from 1996 onwards, bro.
That's BS.
It is. I looked it up literally this morning.
No. Think about it. I think. No, because you like it's. No, listen. I don't want to be. I'm not Gen Z.
Okay.
I'm not.
You're in between.
I'm in between.
You can't be.
Think about it. Listen.
Okay. You tell me. You tell me, Josh. I'm listening.
Anyone who was born between 1998 and 2003 is in that period of like I can't relate to mid-90s kids, but I'm not going to relate to class of 2023.
True. I mean, okay.
I've had a thought.
Okay.
It's revolutionary.
Okay.
I think anyone who's born in between anyone between 98.
Specifically 98.
98. 98 and 2003 is a member of the Black Eyed Peas. Let it sink.
Dope.
Tell me I'm wrong, though. Think about it.
Do you have any evidence to support that?
I renamed myself Will.I.Am.
That's it.
That's literally that. No.
That's the whole evidence.
Think about it, though. That's
just my opinion.
It's my opinion, which makes it a fact. I don't feel like I'm a Gen Z human.
But I remember the first iPad coming out.
Yeah. I remember the first iPod coming out.
Like I don't even know how old I was, but my dad got the first iPad.
Yeah.
And I was probably like 8 or 9, which means I experienced my toddlerhood. Toddlerhood. Like
that's part of the episode.
Without going on an iPad.
Yeah.
Like I did, like, because now that's the thing. 3-year-olds, you frisbee an iPad over. They come to you.
No, I'm imagining a toddler just getting absolutely laid out by the edge of an iPad. You know how you're like, hey, you got to be really careful with a baby's head because it's soft, it's still forming. You just got a parent that's just like, it won't shut up. Zing. Just
oh my gosh!
Directly in the forehead, Baby Shark starts playing. There's tears and crying and blood.
That's literally natural selection now.
It is.
It's now there's because most of the kids nowadays, honestly, they're so used to it. They're just like flipping one hand up. catch.
Boom.
I'm on.
Don't even look at the screen. They're just...
Yeah. They're doing everything with their thumbs, bro. And their peripherals.
That's
like, they can text and talk to their parents at the same time.
That's
at 3
weird.
years old.
I can't do that.
I can somewhat do that.
I don't know. I can't handle the keyboard. I'll just like without looking at it.
Really?
It's too small. I got dumb thumbs.
No, I got dumb thumbs too. Did you do the swipey thing?
No.
No? I like the swipey.
My mum does that. That's a boomer move. You're a young boomer.
Really?
Yep. It's a boomer
It's
thing.
a new thing though.
It's not.
It's kind of new.
It's been on Android for the last 6 years.
Yeah, it's newish. It's definitely not. That's not boomer though.
It's boomer. No, but it's a boomer attitude.
I mean, I suppose.
It's a boomer attitude.
I suppose.
They can't because they can't figure out the thumb thing. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen anyone over the age of 35 use the thumb thing.
Yeah.
I think it's always
no, 100%. This. Oh yeah, because then they swipe like that. Eh?
they swipe.
See, I do the thumb swipe.
That's great. That's why I couldn't get into it because I've always typed with
Yeah.
with two thumbs.
I can do that as well.
Which
It's
is fine.
yeah.
Like no, most people can. It's not a flex. Like yeah, I type with two thumbs.
type with this.
It'd be more impressive if I typed with my middle finger. Sorry, didn't mean to flip you off.
No, but that's the thing that my grandma types with her middle finger. Everything is. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing that
incredible.
blows my parents' mind is typing with two thumbs. I'm like,
Really?
You know, everyone does this, and they're like,
Yeah.
what?
It's not a new concept.
Yeah, no, but they just can't get it. They just can't get it.
No,
They
and
can't
the
get
swipey thing's so much easier.
it. Yeah,
It's not.
It is. Yeah. Oh man, I just remember this one time in an airport, and there was this older lady who was on her phone or iPad. I can't remember.
What are we
She was
talking?
typing something.
How old are we
she's probably 60, 70, something like that.
Okay. So boomer.
pretty old.
Boomer with 4 O's.
Boomer. No, the parents of the boomers, really. I don't know. Is that boomers? I suppose it's boomers. Yeah, that is boomers.
65, 70.
But yeah, so but she had sounds on, so it's like the keyboard type.
Oh, the clicks.
But it was like,
Bless her heart. This is just ASMR at this point, isn't it?
it was just like, and I was just like,
Oh.
wow. So I couldn't have the click sounds. I was going to be.
You get this like the same lady would be getting Vietnam flashbacks. They're in the trees.
Why did it become Vietnam? I mean, okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Stop with your
Get down.
Yeah, and get that PTSD out of here, boys.
Love it.
Oh no!
Too
yeah,
good.
that's terrible. Anyway, I tried to transition into keys, but
Yeah.
we went to
We
keyboard.
went so far away.
I don't even know how we did that.
Wow, that's
that
talking
was
about
magical.
keys of some kind.
Keys of some kind. Keyboards.
Keyboards.
The other kind of keyboards. I was watching a jazz drummer react to Snarky Puppy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know Snarky Puppy, it's a band of like 30 people, probably
30,
about 30 people
35, yeah.
of insane jazz musicians. Like you're talking everything like horns, electric guitars, keyboardists, drums, bass, just like
synth, bongos,
just everything all
It's
over the show.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
And the bass player is the master composer, and he is he's off the chain.
He's so good.
And they have guest musicians on who are like everyone in that room is off the chain, and then the bass player is like even more off the chain, and then every guest musician they get in is just crazy
should
well.
I play a little snippet of We Like It Here?
Oh yeah, you could do that. That's
Just,
what the guy was reacting to.
Oh, good.
And
Okay.
like mate, he was. I mean the man.
Alrighty.
Who was the keyboardist that they have on that one? It's just I don't know.
For the Lingus solo.
Yeah.
Right at the very end. Corey Henry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm
the
talking
one.
about. This is my favorite song of theirs.
Oh, it's so dope. It's so dope. It almost sounds like goes into like a Wii music, but like jazzy, and then it's like
Good way to put it. They're incredible, and so in that you've got multiple drum kits playing at the same time with multiple like award-winning jazz drummers.
Yeah.
So you're looking at one of the technically one of the most awarded and technically advanced groups of musicians on the planet.
Yeah, and they're insanely good at not overplaying.
That's what's amazing because
Crazy good. Because if you got 30 musicians in a room,
someone's going to overplay.
Yeah, but
usually
they don't.
They don't do it.
And the other thing is that it's all composed, but it's all memorized. There's no sheet music in the room.
That is wild.
The bass player has a stand, but he doesn't look at it.
No.
It's just like purely for arrangement purposes, I suppose. Like he maybe checks it, but like he's playing everything from memory. He knows exactly what's going on with everyone else. Everyone else is playing from memory, and there's some, like if they have a guest musician, there's often some improvisation. But like it's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like to be that level where you're not only playing some of the most intricate things possible, but you're doing it from memory completely.
Nuts.
It's crazy. The hours of practice that would have to go into that. And think about it. You're working with 35 musicians. Unless they're full-time musicians, you're not going to get everyone in the same room at once.
Yeah.
How many times do you reckon they practiced in a room together, all of them?
I don't know.
Because they're all solo musicians on their own.
Yeah.
They all have their own bands.
Do they tour together?
They tour together,
well,
but they don't tour with everyone. And sometimes you got people coming in and out.
Yeah.
So like these people know
cool.
that set off by heart.
Oh yeah. I mean, professional musicians. They're just like it's just like what they do. It's
walk
like
in the park, but like I like my dad is a professional musician by trade. Like he gigs, he plays 4-hour sets, but like that's what probably 45 to an hour of like.
Oh, it's nuts, man.
They'd
be recording for like longer than that.
No, I'm meaning like that set itself.
Oh yeah,
it's probably about an hour.
Yeah.
But there's the margin in between like a cover band, which definite talent.
Yeah.
You have to really be talented to work 100%. As a cover band.
But it's such a next level. It's like
so
30
different.
people who have all devoted
100%
decades of their life to music, and it's like nuts.
It is incredible.
It's Corey Henry. It's the one where the other keyboardist is next to him, and he's just losing his mind. Yeah. See, that's what I saw. But the guy read out. The guy who was reacting to it read out the like guest names in it, and Corey Henry wasn't in there, and so I was kind of like, what? But I thought that was Corey Henry.
Is he a guest? I think he's just he was touring.
Yeah, maybe he was just touring.
I think he was just part of the band.
That might be why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I thought it was Corey Henry, but anyway.
No.
Yeah,
he did the solo.
The most insane, like all this. Oh, just a genius.
Like I don't know enough about keyboards.
Drums. And then just builds, and then the drums come back, and it's like
it's a must. Like it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. It's definitely myself and Tommy's cup of tea.
100%.
If you have a chance, look it up. The song we're referencing specifically now is called Lingus, Lingus. It's by Snarky Puppy.
Yeah, We Like It Here. Is that the other?
It's off the We Like It Here album.
Yeah.
So look it up if you get a chance because it is breathtaking.
Nuts.
It's like that piece of keys is heralded as one of the best solos of all time.
Yeah, everyone if you're not a musician and you listen to it, you're like, wow, he's got chops. If you're a musician, you listen to it, you're like, wow, he's got chops.
You go,
and
wow,
if you're
have
a phenomenal keyboardist and you listen to it, you go, how the heck is he doing that?
Has he ever
improv?
Yeah. That's nuts. See, that's crazy.
It's improv as well.
Crazy.
You can tell because in the video he starts off like slowly just playing a bunch of chords, and then he's like fiddling with the sound on the synth.
That's nuts.
And then he just like builds something, and then he like builds something more, and then he's gone. He just goes off. It's like
It's pretty amazing.
So good. The other video I was watching was Jacob Collier and this other, actually can't remember who the guy was.
Who's also played with Snarky Puppy before.
Yeah. Oh man, that's like what a combo that. That's like one of the greatest musicians of all time. Playing with 30 insanely good musicians.
Probably pound for pound the most genius, like prodigy level musician that we have alive today.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he's still young. He's what?
A guy was knocking him because he was he talks a lot about the feel of music and how he interprets it.
Sure.
Like that's a lot of what he talks about. And the guy was knocking it because it's like, oh well, that's just like his opinion. It's how, and I'm like, well, yeah, but it's also kind of because he has perfect pitch and he actually learnt, like how he learnt music was he learnt it by feel, like how the sounds made him feel.
Correct.
And so you could say it's his interpretation of it, but it's also like he knows the music theory behind it to back it up.
Oh yeah.
And what he's saying is like everyone is just
he'd run circles around anyone.
Yeah, but he can say it in a way that a layperson, like someone who doesn't even know much about music, can actually understand. Like understand a warm feeling and a cascading and a blah blah blah. And this guy was kind of ripping on him, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't go on.
Jacob Collier is probably an even more acquired taste than Snarky Puppy. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
by a mile.
Because he's pushing. Oh man, Snarky Puppy's just like like the best jazz you'll ever listen to. Whereas Jacob Collier is like
experimental,
the most experimental, whatever.
Yeah,
he's pushing the boundaries of both rhythm and harmony.
Yeah,
like,
great way to put it.
Because his harmony is, he's come up with basically new harmonic concepts, or he's like explored concepts that have been suggested before, but he understands them in a way that pretty much no one else can.
Yeah.
And then rhythm as well, which he's just like, he's not even really a drummer, but he's the most insane drummer. Like, like, what?
Yeah, I mean, he's a better drummer than half the people who have been drumming for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just,
that's because he's a prodigy.
He just understands. Yeah. Oh man, his fascinating rhythm. Like it's.
Yeah.
If you don't know, then you're like, what is going on? It's not.
Yeah.
But man,
to musicians, it's the coolest thing to hear when you get someone who's playing out of the pocket.
The harmony and the melodies and fascinating rhythm is like, what?
It's so strange.
Because he's doing the most insane harmonic and melodic things at the same time as doing the weirdest things with rhythms.
Yeah.
But they're so, oh man,
like there's
so dope.
Like the video of him playing 4 polyrhythms on himself in a subway.
Oh yeah. And like have you seen like 21 Against 22?
No.
Something like that.
Because it stacks up. Because I can do I can do like 3 polyrhythms, maybe 4, like at a push. Actually, do you want to explain what a polyrhythm is to someone who wouldn't know?
Yeah, okay. So a polyrhythm is basically 2 different beats on top of each other. So you might have like 3 against 2, where you'd have like. So one hand is basically just triplets. One hand's doing triplets and the other one's just doing the beats.
Yeah.
And then you can have like 4 against 3, which is. And then like the simplest polyrhythms, I stuffed it up at the end there, but the simplest polyrhythms are
that's
like
real too.
literally 4 against 2, which is
I
don't even know if that can be called a polyrhythm.
I don't think it'd be really
like,
counted.
Yeah, and then you can have like 5 against 3, which I learned how to do once, and then did
even attempt.
And then 5 against 4, which I can kind of
Yep. That's 5 of it.
Yeah, so that's he does way more insane ones. He can do which I've seen a couple of other people do, like replicating what he's done, but he'll do 6 against 5 against 4 against 3 against 2 on his fingers.
Unbelievable! That is one of the craziest things, because trying to work your fingers independently is pretty difficult. Like, you're trying to move fingers in certain ways, and you don't think when you think about it, it's actually kind of hard.
It's like I've practiced doing like the simple polyrhythms that I can do slapping on my fingers, and it's a lot harder. Because fingers don't want to do the same, like they're not as used to that kind of motion.
They're not as rhythmic as like your entire arm.
Yeah. And so that's tricky. So to do 2 against 3 against 4 against 5 against 6, it's just
unreal.
Off the chain.
It's freakishly.
I saw this other guy do 4 polyrhythms on top of each other. He started with like simple 2 against 3, 4 against 3, blah blah blah. Then did 3 over top of each other. Then did 4 different beats, and he started at 2, 3, 4, 5. Built it all the way up to 6, 7, 8, 9. And like at that point, I'm just losing my mind.
It hurts my head.
I just don't even know how you do that. I couldn't do any of those rhythms.
Yeah, that's nuts. Dang, bro. That's crazy. That's wild.
Oh. Yeah. So there's a bit of a podcast segment for you music nerds out there.
Yeah.
We'll probably. I feel like we should release some podcast music.
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be dope. We're working on actually this. I think episode 2, part 2 is gonna have one of my disgusting
creations,
overdriven creations, which is based on a couple of other things like the startup noise and the lick. The jazz lick, which if you're familiar with music memes, you'll know that. But
you'll know.
It's and then we'll probably try and actually come up with some better podcast intro music and maybe outro music as well,
and some more artwork as well,
which may or may not be on the previous episode. I said podcast outro roll, so I kind of set myself up for that one.
Well, yeah, we're gonna make something happen at that point.
And artwork, which Josh is gonna do that one because I don't really do artwork.
Yeah, I reckon we'll pause the old recording and let's hit Reddit for the last 10 minutes.
Catch ya in a sec. Yoza.
Yup. Hey there.
Hey there.
Sick.
Sicko mode.
Some Reddit because I enjoyed doing that last time. That was fun. Some
That was fun.
TIFU.
One of them was better than the other one.
One of them was.
Yeah.
You're correct. I'm going to see what I can find.
This is like the spider one was kind of, man, I watched that back and I was like, wow, it's really boring. We were pretty boring for like 3 minutes. I was like, even more than normal, which is an achievement and a half.
Yeah,
really.
It's hard to find. See, like, Reddit is a toxic place. So trying to find something that's, semi-PG is
that's
a bit of a mission.
Tricky. Especially on a thing called TIFU. Like, today I freaky diggy up. Yeah. Another thing you might notice, I was a smart boy. Did this. I actually plugged my computer in, so it's got power.
Clever.
We're fighting back against the Ruthlessly Unintelligent. I should probably state like what our ultimate goal for this. Like if we win the podcast game, for me winning completely, because like there's going to be way smaller wins along the way.
Heck yeah.
Which and I'll be stoked if we can actually keep this going for, like, if we get to 3 months of consistent podcasts.
I'm so stoked.
That'd be
sick.
great. But like the ultimate goal is guests.
100%.
And we're going to start small with and this might be coming in the next month or two. Start small with some of our friends, some acquaintances we know. Try and get some interesting people on. I like the fact that we've got half an hour. Because then we can have them for just 1/2 an hour.
Yeah.
And then
we intro the first part of the episode, and then they can we can have yarns for the rest, or they come in halfway in between, and then it's just however it works.
I like that we've got two parts. It's kind of good because then they don't have to do the full hour. It's quite a big chunk. But yeah, so the ultimate goal, which I said right from the start, was if we could have Jordan B. Peterson on the Ruthlessly Unintelligent Podcast.
If we got that,
look,
that is okay.
That's
before we go into Reddit, explain, because Jordan Peterson is on your complete idol. Really,
yeah, really. He's absolutely nuts. He's a psychologist from Canada. He came into the public sphere because of his opposition to Bill C-16, which is being passed in Canada to do with transgender speech, and it being mandated that you had to use transgender pronouns, which I'm not going to get political about it, but he didn't have any particular issue with the use of the pronouns. It was just the fact that they were mandating,
making them use them.
There's never been, in English common law, there's never ever been an overstepping of the speech line where they said you had to say something. Yeah. So there's been things banned, so you can't say things. But to make someone say something, he was really not okay with crossing that legal boundary.
Which is fair.
Which everyone from that called him a transphobe and against you don't care about people, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, actually, if I had a transgender student in my class and they asked politely to be called whatever pronoun they wanted, I'm inclined to use that pronoun.
That's fine.
I just don't want to be told by the law that I have to use that,
which is a fair assessment.
I think, a total fair assessment. But he's not even really into his politics that much. He gets asked a lot of political questions.
He's just wickedly intelligent.
He knows way too much about it, and so he gets asked about it. Yeah. But he's operating on a kind of a different level, on the psychological level, because he's obviously a psychologist. He wrote a book called 12 Rules for Life, which I've read some of. And then, because I was on a loan from a friend, and then I was busy, so I took too long to read it. Had to return it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, that's been an insane help to a lot of people, and it's been big around the world, really. It was controversial. Like Whitcoulls pulled it from their things because they thought he was a controversial.
I mean, they like he's pretty much as polarizing as someone like Ben Shapiro. If you actually watch his stuff.
Huh?
If you actually watch his stuff.
Yeah. I mean, but like, it's
obviously two very different people, but
yeah. He's like, for me, he's the kind of person that is controversial because people want to make him controversial.
100%.
But if you actually listen to everything he's saying, he's actually just telling people to fuck up with their lives. And like, he's did a tour around the 12 Rules for Life, and basically just talked to a bunch of people, and a lot of young men are really inspired by his words. Yeah. And he's often plastered as, everyone likes to call everyone a racist. But he's actually really not even right wing that much. No. He's said as right wing because he opposed Bill C-16, but he's more of a centrist, more of actually a traditional liberal person. But
we're not going to get political, but
yeah, that's what I'm just quoting him. He says he's more of a centrist, and traditionally would be liberal.
It would be,
but yeah, he's kind of been shied away from that. But he's condemned both sides of the political spectrum, which I'm keen on. But
having someone like him.
See,
I'd love to have I'd love to have Joe Rogan. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, that's the other one I was thinking. That would be so dope.
We'd be so out of our league, bro. It'd be
so
unreal.
I mean, both of those guys. That's the two top.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan is obviously the king of podcasts, which would be sick. There's a whole lot of people that I'd love to interview. But, it'd be bone-shakingly scary.
Do you think he would even come on our podcast? I don't think he would.
Hell no.
I don't think he does any. I think he's decided that he doesn't do media.
No.
He stopped doing interviews because they kept taking what he said out of context.
Yeah, the only thing he does is the UFC. That's it.
Yeah, he's like, if you want to learn about me, go. I literally have, what does he have? 3,000 hours of content on YouTube. He's got over 1,000 podcasts, and they're normally 2 to 3 hours long. 2 or 3 hours, yeah. It's he's like, you want to learn about me? Go listen to 3,000 hours of content. Go for it. I'm not going to sit in an interview where they're going to take me out of context.
Correct.
I don't think he'd come on ours, but we might get on his. That'd be dope.
Whoa, it's mental.
We're not interesting enough for that. No way.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's build the brand first.
Back to ground zero.
Ground zero.
Reddit. Now. Reddit.
I found one. I think this is all right. Today I fricked up by picking the Euro Millions winning lottery numbers. 105 million euros.
I mean, this doesn't sound like a frick up at the start.
All right. So it starts. I always buy my ticket via the National Lottery app. I bought 5 lines earlier on this evening at 7:19 p.m. The cutoff is 7:30. 3 lines are my own picked numbers and 1 line was a lucky dip. I don't know why, but I always check my ticket the same evening before I go to bed, normally between midnight and 1 a.m. when the app is updated with the winning details. I picked correctly the winning numbers. My fiance is asleep next to me and my daughter's asleep in the other room. My insides are doubling over, going completely crazy. And there's me doing everything in my power not to scream, shout, and go crazy as I start to process the thought of my life changing that very second.
Yeah, I mean, $105 million is a lot of
money. Insane. I can finally get married to my beautiful fiance. We've been together for 11 years and engaged for 4. It's quite a long engagement. Yeah. We can buy our own house and get out of renting something that just kills you financially. We can buy our dream cars, Tesla. Get off the... What is that? Get off the piece of garbage that we currently drive. PGFying that. This is badly written. Then when going through the motions of how to start the process of claiming the winnings, I realised I'd accidentally bought my ticket for Friday's draw, something that I've never done before. I mean, I never made that mistake ever. Now I feel absolutely gut-wrenchingly sick and I think I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Now, and apart from you guys here, no one will ever know.
Oh my.
Bought it for the wrong day.
So, he normally buys it for that draw.
Yeah, and he bought it for the wrong day.
He picked the numbers for the $105 million lottery.
Yep. 105 million euro.
I
don't know what the conversion rate is, but
something like
still in the hundreds of millions.
Yes. And he it was for the next day or whatever day.
Crazy.
Think
about how much that would change your life. Not the frick up, but the money itself. Think of that. 105 million euros.
That's how?
Let's look it up.
Oh my! And he's never bought it for the other day before. He's always that's so. Mate, someone was telling him something. Someone says something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, hard.
Something bad was going to happen if he won that money.
181 million New Zealand dollars.
Yeah, which obviously he wouldn't win all of.
No, but because of tax.
A split, but
but it's going down as well. It's on a decline just in case you want to invest.
Cool. No, but normally it's that's the prize pool, and then the winner gets 80% of it, and then there's sub winners. Is that how it works?
I don't know about lottery gambling.
Yeah, no, I think they're all different. Sometimes there's 5 different categories of winners, and some people win $10,000.
Yeah.
And there's 20 of people that win that, and then someone wins
it was the Euro Millions, so I think that one. Yeah, the Euro Millions was it's a big dip. So you're getting a big payout. In any case, you're getting tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah,
or euros.
A big portion of $180 million, which
That's crazy.
even 1% of.
Dude,
1%.
Dude, I mean, like,
$1.8 million.
there's the stat that's like 85% of people who win lotto are worse off in 2 years than they were before.
That's, I think, I think there would be a caveat to that.
Oh, 100%.
Because it would probably be like 85% of people who win like less than $2 million or something.
Well, they blow it because they don't understand what things actually cost.
Yeah, exactly. And $2 million, you can like, if
Buy a
you
house.
think it's an insane amount and you go and just spend, then you buy a house that costs too much to upkeep. And so you can easily afford the house, but then you've got $400,000 left over and you're still working your same job. And now you've got way too many bills that stack up and now you can't pay for it because your job's the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What would I do?
Just burn it.
I would, I'm glad you asked. I would definitely buy a sports car.
Yeah.
And that's why I shouldn't win lotto.
Yeah, well, it depends.
I just
Like,
wanna
you know,
live in it.
spending $35,000 on a nice sports car or $100,000.
No, I'm thinking like a GTR, so like maybe 70 grand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
80
So that's
grand for one of the old
but
ones.
like if it's above the $1 million mark.
Oh yeah, it's a bit
it's
much.
like it's kind of
Yeah,
You could probably do
excessive.
that. You could probably hello.
So much negative ASMR in that noise. I'm so sorry.
But I was thinking, yeah, that's a terrible sound. Anyway, I was thinking, but like if it's above 2 million or like, because if you win, say $18 million, I feel like that's
a lot of
too
money.
big a number to blow. Like
see-
you can still,
No, but that's the
it
thing.
wouldn't be 85%.
That's the thing. There's again, it's a stat. Like 70% of NBA players 5 years after retirement they go broke.
Oh yeah.
Allen Iverson couldn't afford a cheeseburger. He had literally no money left. Wow. It's crazy. It is crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, people just burn. They
It's
just burn it.
Their lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, did you ever see like I think it was Shaq who was on like a talk show and he's like he moved to a new place and he went to Walmart.
Oh
and
yeah.
bought like $80,000
This was
worth of
he's
stuff.
Walmart's biggest spender ever in
Yeah.
one trip. That was when he got his first contract. He bought a place, which is fine. And he went to Walmart and kitted the entire thing out.
Yeah.
And Walmart furniture.
Literally
80
just
grand.
$80,000 worth. His bank called him up like, someone's trying to charge your card for $80,000. He's like,
That's
yeah,
me,
I'm just at Walmart. You're what at Walmart? And you're spending? Is it supposed to be $8,000?
Mr. Shaquille, we have to advise that that's not a good idea. It just isn't. He's just like,
Well,
I got my money. I'm not going to do a voice.
Don't do a voice. Don't do a voice.
See, that's a really good time to cut. Just finish the podcast.
No. It's all good. It's all good. I was just thinking like that noise. Do you remember the Kodako episode with the dude rise and grind? I love the sound of my alarm waking me up in the morning. It's like no.
You don't.
Everyone hates that sound.
Because
You're
if you
psycho.
if you get accustomed to an alarm, it like your body hates waking up.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you wake up and
Especially
feel
if you're
awesome.
setting an alarm for it.
Yeah, it's the worst way to
Because
wake
if you're
up.
waking up without an alarm, you're just like
It's
waking
fine.
up.
You wake up and
but
you're ready to go.
if an alarm is forcing you out of sleep.
Hate it. But yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what that was. Hey.
Don't. Okay, stop.
Okay, we're gonna stop now.
Sweet. Okay.
Stop with it. We had interesting ASMR the last one, and then we had disgusting stuff this time.
Love it.
Is that the outro? It hasn't rolled yet. Roll now.